go. This is the thinking class. We are ready to go. Lawrence D. Adams, the thinking class is in motion. Let's get it. Let's get it going. Whoa. I don't like this. Whoa. That's too slow. I can't take that. That's just too slow. That's too slow. You know what time it is. Let's go. You know, if you hear the thinking class, we're ready to go. The thinking class is in motion. Let's go. Let's go. Salute to the thinking class, everyone that's here. Let's go. Shout out to Jonathan W. Gray. Let's go. Let's get it. It is Friday. Come on, let's go. Go. Yes, the thinking class is ready to get it. Shout out to Alpha Kingdom. We're talking about the spiritual side of the game today. The last one. Shout out to Alpha Kingdom for giving me a shout out. That was the most hilarious thing I've seen. Let's go. These YouTube streets are gone crazy, boy, I tell you. These YouTube streets are gone crazy. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Upgrade Friday, let's get it. Come on, you know what it is. You know what it is. Let's get it. You're watching Lawrence D. Adams, the spiritual side of the game today. Spiritual side of the game. Let's get the upgrade. Good questions that were asked over on Alpha Kingdom's podcast, but you know what it is. This is Friday. Let's get it going. We're going to talk about the spiritual side of the game. And if you enjoyed yesterday, thank you for the Cash App donate for Fridays. Thank you so much, Jonathan W. But let's go. I appreciate that. Came through right there. Appreciate it. Let's go. Spiritual side of the game. Thank you so much. Let's go. Whoa, I like the battle thinking class. Y'all noticed it, huh? The upgrade. Let's get it. Come on. You listening to Lawrence D. Adams. And if you don't realize, we upgrading every day in every way. And if you don't know, you better know. Let's go, come on. Talk about the spiritual side of the game. Yes, we are upgrading everything. Often imitated, but never duplicated. Let's get it. Y'all see the new upgrade. If you missed the upgrade, it's your own ass fault. Correct. Hey, I like what you said yesterday, Jonathan W., about getting that dictionary for the vernacular that we use on here. Only the vernacular we use on the thinking class. You have to be a part of the thinking class and understand the vernacular that we use. But we're getting started today. Everything go through. Everything's going through. The thinking class. Yes, we are. We see the upgrade, like the banner, huh? They ain't ready. Yes, the thinking class. We are here. Let me make sure something is in motion. Yeah, see, I like the new banner. Thinking class, what's going on, Sigma? What's going on? Salute, my good people. Kicking the anthem. Let's go. Got to upgrade everything. Everything must upgrade. I was up to I was up to almost 1 o'clock in the morning doing this upgraded. I couldn't get correct at the first time. But now I got it up, so we up and going. Now when you see this, I guarantee you're going to see other people doing the same thing. That's how it works. How did he do that? We'll be getting going. The thinking class, and let me do this. Let me do this. This is your opportunity. Do this. What's going on, Jono?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, bro.
Yeah, for some reason the camera's not hooking up in the car. But this is, I don't know, something was up with the phone. Everything all right?
Yeah, man, you sound good, man.
Yeah, I'm driving back to my office.
Wow, so you got the hookup, huh? You got that going, huh?
This is the small one I showed you, the one that looks like a ball.
Oh, okay.
So it should sound okay. Hopefully it does.
Yeah, it sounds good. There you go. Everything in the thinking class is upgraded. Oh man,
what did you
say? Somebody Dre just said everything in the thinking class is upgraded. Yeah, this upgrading the band or the overlay. I was up to almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't get it to get transparent for some reason. But once I figured it out, I had to switch from my MacBook Air from my iPad to the MacBook Air, and that's when it worked. What's going on, JB? So I was able to get the transparent up there. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it on my phone, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Took a minute to figure it out. But yeah, man, this the last one for the thinking class right here. Oh, let me put this link in there. You want to beam up, you definitely can beam up today. We're going to definitely go in. Today, here we go. There's the link. You can come in. Today is the thinking class, and we are live today. It's like a marketing, like a marketing. You know, they'd be like, "Hi, this is," and you're going to the marketing class to learn about.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
This is the last one on the spiritual side, you mean?
On the spiritual side. What's going on, T? Hey, that was hilarious, man. Alfie did an imitation of me. It was crazy. I could do nothing but laugh. I was like, this guy is such a clown. I said, where did you get this guy from? He did an imitation of me. It was hilarious. So yeah, we talking about this is the last thing. Just put the link in the chat room and put it in there several times. You can beam up. This is the day you can beam up and tell us about the upgrade, what you get from the spiritual side of the game. That's just going to be, I think this is the last day of the spiritual side of the game. Not that we're not going to stop talking about the spirit, but this is the last time of the spiritual side of the game. Yeah, the imitation was hilarious. Yeah, it was. It was hilarious. Boy, this is Lawrence D. Adams. I'm going live in 29 minutes. I said, Alfie, get out of there. Yeah, so yeah. Let me see if I can pull it up. So what's going on, Jono?
Yeah, chilling. Just getting through the week here, enjoying the fact that we're able to share such great, words of wisdom to the folks and hear the testimonies, hear everybody coming through and letting us know that what their perspective is on it. And today should be especially great because everybody who's been listening to us for the last few weeks should be able to have a good consensus of what's going on and really tell us what the whole story is now.
Correct. Man. So are you using the pass?
What'd you say?
Man, I can't believe this. Something's going on with my email where it won't let me into my own Gmail account. I keep getting kicked out for some reason. Jeez Louise. Yeah, this is like the okay. I'm trying to do something at the same time. But yeah, this is the last of it. And hopefully, I hope people have really got something from I know people got something from the thinking class, and especially what we were talking about. And 1 second, I will get to I'm trying to multitask at the same time, trying to get into my account, but I couldn't get into it. Let's go to Alpha Kingdom because that was hilarious. Yeah, so hopefully that I know people. Let me go into this chat room. What's going on, Sigma Dre? What's going on, Viking? What's going on, Sharice? What's going on, everybody? Yeah, so yeah, this is if you want to beam up, this is a good time for you to beam up. Paste the link in there again. Come up and share. You start talking crazy, you know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be your own ass fault when you get kicked off. Just the truth, you know. Gonna be your own ass fault why you got kicked off. So yeah, definitely, it's been good, man. I really enjoyed this series, man.
Absolutely. We went to some areas we knew we were going to go to, and then we went to some places we didn't know we were going to go to.
Right. I wasn't aware of it. Believe me, I wasn't. Some things it's like we knew the day. It's like we said some things the day before and watch it happen in real time. You know what I mean? The next day.
Right. We were literally watching the spirit react to our words coming out and everything coming to pass and coming to manifestation right away.
Right. That was the most amazing part right there. Seeing that take place right there. Okay, there we go. Let's do this. Remove. And we're gonna see if I can do this. Oh, I mean, I think people don't realize how much we push to do a quality show. Okay, I'm gonna move that. To do a quality show and to get people everything that they need. You know what I mean? People don't understand the back end. Let me see if I can share screens. Okay, hopefully I can do it. Windows. Chrome tab. No. Okay, if I can do this, we're gonna do this, and I should be able to do this because I want to share it because it's hilarious. When you make sure you click, okay, we want to share screen. Share window. Share. Okay, and now you're gonna see that, and now we're gonna go to this. Hopefully, we can do this. I'm gonna master all this. Can you see that on the screen?
Yep. Well, it looks like it's like super, like okay, it just came back to another screen. It's showing like a copy of the main screen.
It's still showing a copy of the main screen?
Yeah, that's what I see. I don't know if anybody else sees any different thing. Yeah, it just did that whole mirror thing where it goes all the way down to the smaller ones.
Okay, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna let nobody outshine. They're doing this. But yeah, you see everything. You guys see everything. Yeah, you see in the back end. Boom. Good thing I got nothing bad on my.
On Instagram and Lawrence D. Adams on Facebook. I'll be going live.
I hear it, but I only see the splash screen that we normally have here.
The spiritual side of the game. Make sure y'all go to see me. Alpha Kingdom, and all my books are on sale, $9.99 a piece. Pick up the ones you don't want and get ready for the 2. And then real quick, this is Lawrence D. Adams. Come find me at Lawrence D. Adams on Instagram and Lawrence D. Adams on Facebook. I'll be going live in 29 minutes talking about the spiritual side of the game. Make sure y'all go to see me, Lawrence D. Adams, on the show, the Thinkings class at 9:30.
Wow.
This guy, I tell you, what a comedian. Make this sound a bit. Okay, couldn't hear it. Okay, we're gonna get this screenshot. Let's stop it because I'm gonna figure it out on the back end. But yeah, imitation, but never duplicate it. LDA, right. Yeah, man, crazy. So as I was asking, were you on the Zoom?
Was I on Zoom?
Are you using the Zoom?
Oh, no. I'm using the small Shure one. The Zoom one, I didn't really think that would be right for the car yet because that you need an XLR connection. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to bring all that extra equipment in the car.
Okay,
So,
I got you. Man, you sound crystal.
Yeah. This is that other mic we talked about last week.
Mm-hmm.
The really real small one.
Oh wow.
And it's going directly into my phone. And it has the phone is powering the mic. That's
crazy. Yeah, salute to everybody, man. Yo, so if you want to come up, this is the end of the spiritual side of the game. We coming to a conclusion. Come up, share with us what you have gotten from the spiritual side of the game. Let me say this, because I know we get to go in and talking about everything and bunny rabbits and carrots and everything that we speak, we staying on topic around here. Let me get this going here. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. No, John. I mean, I think the biggest thing, like you said, has been just seeing the things taking place, man. That's been the amazing thing for me. Seeing people's confirmation happen that quick. What happened to True Savage? What happened to Fierce Soul? What happened to Cerise? What happened to this one? What happened to that one? Man, that's what's been amazing to me. I'm just seeing that people's lives have been changed. And this the thing. When we're doing this show and doing this, it's not just so we can make ourselves look good or massage our egos. We hear this so that you can elevate to the next level. And if we want you to and it's funny, elevate to the next level. It's funny, yesterday, remember we were talking about listening to your OGs and listening to those who are older yesterday? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, John? Can you hear me, John? I can't hear you. But anyway, you guys can in the chat room, put a 1 in there. I don't know what happened. If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat room. I'm looking at my levels. I'm not sure what happened to Jono. Okay, you guys can hear me good. So it's funny, we were talking about yesterday, talking to your OGs and listening to them and the wisdom that they have. Yesterday, I got a phone call. Okay, I got a phone call yesterday from an OG. He said, Lawrence, I want you to come up and I need to talk to you. I said, oh boy. So for almost 3 hours, I sat and listened to an older gentleman give me some wisdom on multiple levels, on multiple things that I was doing, even on equipment, even on some other personal things, job things. And he began to pour inside of me. So you got to understand that was set up from yesterday about being able to listen to those who are older, who have the wisdom, so that you don't fall into the same pitfalls that they did. And here it happened right then. We normally don't talk that long, but we talked almost 3 hours, where I listened almost 3 hours. I interjected here and there, but I know when I'm listening to someone who's giving me wisdom, I need to pay attention. So that's exactly what I did. I began to pay attention to what he was saying and how he was saying it, because you know why? I know the importance of when wisdom is being given. So realize I manifested him calling me. So you got to understand the power of that. I'm gonna put this link in here again. You guys can beam up. Tell me what you thought about the spiritual side of the game. And if you're on Facebook or you're on YouTube or wherever you're listening to, beam up. Let's talk. See, most people be scared to talk, but it's the greatest opportunity on Fridays. You can talk, get what you got to say about what we're talking about. Let me emphasize that. We ain't talking about weaves. We ain't talking about, we ain't talking about tennis shoes. We talking about the spiritual side of the game. and how it has helped you, or what you learned, or what you've seen, or what you didn't understand, this is a perfect time to ask questions about the spiritual side of the game, because it's so good right here. Let me get this right here. The spiritual side of the game was the most therapeutic and transparent revelation that has happened to the Thicket class. It brought us together and made us a true family unit. Thank you all. Thank you, Jonathan W., for what you just said, because it's the truth. What it did was it caused us to see parts of us that we have neglected, especially the spiritual side, and also caused us to what? Also caused us to look and realize that we are not alone. And when you connect to the spirit and they connect to the spirit, guess what? We connect to the spirit collectively. Let me do something right quick. I don't like that right there. Let me do this. Uh-oh, that one didn't work. So we do this one. There we go. Delete this one. So that's what most people don't understand. We'll be listening in for the meantime, getting back to work. Get back to work. I appreciate that. So definitely, so the spiritual side of the game definitely was designed to get you to the next level. Not just the level of just understanding, but wisdom, but also actually push you into understanding that you can work your spiritual playing cards or spiritual hand to win at life, because life wants you to win. And I think a lot of times people miss that about the spiritual side of the game. It's nothing to play with. That's the other side I really want to talk about, because most people miss it. Don't think the spiritual side of the game ain't nothing to play with. Let me say that again. Do not play with the spiritual side of the game. Let me say that again. Do not play with the spiritual side of the game. Do not play with the spiritual side of the game. When you play with the spiritual side of the game, you could get hurt. Let me say that again. Do not play with the spiritual side of the game. Do not play with the spiritual side of the game. I'm here to tell you, I done seen people play with the spiritual side of the game and things begin to happen around them, because they played with someone who knew the spiritual side of the game, and they thought they were just common, and not realizing they was dealing with someone that was uncommon or unusual. So that's why the spiritual side of the game is dangerous. That's why we tread it lightly talking about it, because once you get into the spiritual side of the game, it is dangerous. It's not for everyone. Everyone can't receive this. Everyone can't digest this. Everyone is not ready for it. The spiritual side of the game is for those who are mature, who are open to receive what the spirit is saying. Let me say that again. Don't play with it. Facts. Great upgrade happening during spiritual side of the game series. Our vibration definitely increased and we collectively became stronger. Definitely that's what happened. But let me emphasize that don't play with the spiritual side of the game. I'm talking about no woo-woo. This is going to happen to you and you're going to grow an extra hand or something like that. But you don't want to play with someone who understands the spiritual side of the game, who understand how it works. Let me say that again. You don't want to play. You don't want to play. You do not want to play with someone who understands the spiritual side of the game. When you do that, you open a door for whatever you giving out to come to you at a faster pace. When you mess with someone who understands the spiritual side of the game, situations happen faster than what you normally would have in the other situations. That's why we've been treading light with the spiritual side of the game. If you understand what I'm saying, please understand. You can beam up. Now, some of you guys said, I don't want to beam up. You don't have to show yourself. If you're on Facebook. Okay. You can actually call in. So you can call me on Facebook. You can call me on Instagram. If you don't want to be seen or you just want to be heard, you can share that way. And I'll bring you right into the broadcast. But I'm saying this to someone because someone needs to hear this. Don't play with this spiritual side of the game. Don't try to use what we talked about to try to hurt someone. Because when you do, you're going to hurt yourself even worse. Let me say that again. Do not try to use this to hurt someone. That's not the reason we talked about it. So don't try to use this to try to hurt someone or damage someone or I'm gonna make them try to manipulate someone, because we realize we're not talking about manipulating someone. Don't use the spiritual. This is my warning to those who are watching. Don't use it to try to hurt someone, to try to manipulate someone, to try to get over on someone. When you do, the repercussions of you doing that is far more greater than what you realize. Let me say that the repercussions is far more greater, because you're walking in the realm or in a vibration that's higher than most. And since you're walking in a vibration that's higher, what's going to happen, and the return happens faster. So while you need to be careful about using the spiritual side of the game to try to hurt someone, try to damage someone, think ill of them, because what you give out, let me say this again, will come back to you faster than what you gave out. I'm trying to help somebody to understand this, because they're here the spiritual side of the game, like, oh, I'm about to run this game on people and do all this. If you do that, there you open a door that you don't want to open that door. You do not want to open that door where you have opened up a door and you cannot close it. And only those who are wise will be able to close that door for you. Well, I'm speaking to somebody. And what happens is, we all know what karma works. Don't mess, right? It happens so fast you won't even believe it. I'm saying that for people understanding the spiritual side of the game, who's taking this for lightly. Oh man, this don't have nothing to do with game with women. This has everything to do with every part of your life. So don't play with this side, the spiritual side of the game, and think it's this, oh, he talking now hokey pokey, that just witchcraft. He talking no church stuff. No. This is much deeper than that. We reap what we sow. The universe is always moving, correct? And since you understand it, it actually moves faster. When you see, with great knowledge comes great responsibility. Let me say that again. With great knowledge comes great responsibility. Let me say that again. With great knowledge comes great responsibility. So what we did, we tiptoed you into the pool of the spiritual side of the game, knowing that you'll be responsible enough to swim in it and not drown. But don't you try to take somebody else out there and try to drown them. The spiritual side of the game has been my favorite series so far. So much was revealed to me. I heard messages that I needed to hear, especially from my mom. I definitely leveled up spiritually. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what we're talking about, the spiritual side of the game. It has done some things for people. There's nowhere else you can be able to do that here. But I have to issue a warning to those who are listening. Like, oh, this is, I just want to do. No. Don't do it. Don't do it. The spiritual side of the game is for those who are mature. I didn't say church. I didn't say temple. I didn't say bonds. I did not say that. I'm saying the spiritual side of the game is serious. And if you understand it, if you exercise it correctly, if you part of the thinking class, you got to move you understand that you don't want to play with it. The right time space isn't a thing. It's the universe just in our plane. Be respectful. Thank you, Eddie. Yes, thank you so much. Right. So don't play with the spiritual side of the game. Let me emphasize that again. When you do, you open a door for it to be your own as fault. When you play with the spiritual side of the game, you open it up for you to be your own as fault. That's right. They're thinking TTC, no, we must move up. Right. Let me say that again. Speak that, Elder Day. Great knowledge comes great responsibility. Shout out to these nuts. He says, blessed to the Deacon class, Jono, LDA, through Jono, True Savage, Jonathan, and Fear Soul. Thank you for coming up with that $2 super chat. See, this time he come in and give. But do not take this side. Don't play with it. I'm telling you, it will be your own ass fault. Why this? With great knowledge comes great responsibility. With great understanding of women comes great responsibility. Great understanding of men comes great responsibility. Let me say that again. With great knowledge, great information, wisdom comes great responsibility. You are now responsible for what you heard. And what happens is, I know Friday we're supposed to be light and be, Drubio, but I have to say this because I have to issue a warning. Warning. Why am I issuing a warning? I'm issuing a warning because if I don't issue a warning, you will haphazardly get into the spiritual side of the game and lay down and I can do whatever I want. And you think things won't happen to you, or you try to use it the wrong way. Trust me, you do not want to use this the wrong way. The repercussions are beyond your scope. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So if you understand what I'm saying, please, and my grandfather, please, used to say to me and my siblings, don't get mad, just leave. Do not play with the spiritual side of the game. Do not play with somebody who understands the spiritual side of the game. You will wreak havoc in your life messing with someone who understands the spiritual side of the game. They may not say nothing, but they're in the spiritual side moving things around, and you don't want to play with someone who knows the spiritual side of the game. Can we get an example of using the wrong way? Sure, I'll give you an example of using the wrong way. How you get the example of using the wrong way is simple. When you use it to manipulate, control, or try to harm somebody. Let me say that again. When you try to use it to manipulate, control, or try to harm somebody. So say you get the spiritual side of the game, you understand it, and you go within and you try to get this girl to like you. So you go within and you start seeing, and you use your imagination. You go through meditation. You start using the spiritual tools that we mentioned and didn't mention. And you try to make this girl like you, who does not like you at all. What you have just did, you have just opened the door to witchcraft. Why are we talking about this? You have opened the door to witchcraft. So now this girl is now liking you, but it is not her intention. She is not liking you for you. So what happens is she's under, for lack of terms, for lack of terms, she now becomes what? Under your spell. And you realize you're breaking the cardinal rule because you're violating the person's free will. You're violating that person's free will. So when you use it the wrong way to try to control, manipulate for your own selfish good without considering the other person's free will, you have used the spiritual side of the game the wrong way. The spiritual side and mystery system can be dangerous. It can be very dangerous. It can be very simple. Would you give a child that is 3 years old the cars to a key, the keys to the car? No. Would you give them how to learn how to do a tractor trailer? They will tear something up. That's why the spiritual side and the mystery side is really reserved Let me be honest with you. Let me be real. Let me be even more transparent. It was never designed for the common person. Let me say that again. The spiritual side of the game, mystery systems, and spirituality was never designed for the common man or the common woman. It was always designed for those who were willing to pay, and who was willing to pay, who were what? Paid a price for initiation. I'm going too much. I shouldn't be talking about what time is it, because I definitely gotta go today. Exactly. It's different between manifestation and witchcraft. Tish, up there in New York City, there's some people who can work some work some stuff on you. I know. Let me say that. The spiritual side of the game was never designed for the common man or woman. Why was it never designed for them? Why was it never designed for the common man or woman? Because the common man or woman is focusing on working and surviving. And what's the other word? Working, surviving, and begins with an F. Let me say it again. Working, surviving, and fluffing. You know what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, witchcraft is heavy in Brooklyn. Yeah. Let me say that again. The common man and woman is only working, surviving, and fluffing. That ain't the word I want to use. Not flourishing. No. Do I want to say the word? The common man was only supposed to be concerned with working, surviving, and ing. King. Did you catch it? That's all they want you to do. Work, survive, and that's why game only gets you, when you get to the spiritual side of the game, it takes you away from working, thriving, and thank you, Joe Blast, because he gonna say it. Let me say that again. That's what it was made for, the common man. That's why you have common game, because it's only there to get you for working, struggling, and what that word? Nothing else. Penetration word. Thank you. For the craft to work, you need a piece of their hair, and it's that's a whole lot of stuff. That's a Louisiana stuff right there. The black magic, yeah. But I want you to thank you. Y'all getting it. So when you get to the spiritual side, why do we get to the spiritual side of the game? Because you're past just working, driving, and you say, wait a minute, there's something else I'm missing. Somebody said doing a hokey pokey, right? Why? Because those are what? Animal bare minimum. Has nothing to do with your spirit. So if I can keep you just work and keep you thinking about and effing, get some booty for her to get some dick, some booty. Guess what happens? I get you so you're not thinking about your spiritual side and keep you in blindness while I work it over here. Let me say that again. If I can keep you ignorant, working, effing, trying to strive, what's the song from Good Times? Breaking the way out of no way. Temporary layoff, good time. If we can keep you thinking about good times, why do you think you need to learn about spirituality? Why do you think you need to know about the spiritual side of the game? Let me say that again. If I can keep you in the context of good times, temporary layoff, Good times, scratching and surviving. Good times. That ain't good times. If I can get you away, if I can get you drowned in your mind in that, your spiritual life will go like this. And if I can really get you away from your thinking about money or get you to think about idolize money and realize that you are money, I really keep you in bondage. That's why the spiritual side of the game is not for everyone. It's for those who understand, who are gone past just working and working and effing and effing. This might be too, I'm going too heavy right now. John better come back so he can just mellow it out right quick. This might be too heavy. I might need to stop. I might need to stop. This is too heavy. This is too heavy. This is too heavy. That's why. That's why they don't want you to tap into your spiritual side, because that's where all the power is. Let me say that again. It's like tapping into the things beyond the surface. Correct. Thank you, Tish. I'll say this one thing. Don't be misled by the system of control. Remove the locks of your soul. Correct. That's it. You guys are getting it. That's what I'm talking about. So if I can keep you blinded by the light, if I can keep you blinded by the light of working, effing, and just surviving, working, surviving, and guess what happens? You never tap into the true source of your power, which is within. Looking inward. Because if you see, what happens is I'll keep you in a survival mode so I can control you. But when you realize the real source of power is within and not without, you become unstoppable, the spiritual side of the game. If you realize that, oh, wait a minute. I don't have to do what everybody else do to get this woman. Let me work on the spiritual side of the game. And you recognize who she is and she recognizes who you are. You supersede just working, striving, and doing, and you take everything to the next level. This might be too heavy. This too heavy. This too much. I shouldn't be saying. Should be saying this. They can't be saying this. That's why he the freaking dragons. Is destroy. Why you just you are easy to find before? What do you take lines is bars? And then got nothing else running in the background. Let's see here. Make sure you're on the right. Okay. Okay, there we go. We're on the right one. Everything is fine. Can't hear me clearly. Okay. That's amazing. Never happened. Okay, can you hear me now? Let's see here. There you go. Can you hear me now? Should be able to hear me clearly now. I know exactly what was going on. I got that from hip hop artist named Epsilon from the Control System album. I couldn't take credit for that. All right. It's better now? Okay, good. So see, if I can keep you in control, I keep you just thinking about all I want to do is a zoom zoom and a boom boom. Just shake your butt. If I can get her just fighting among herself, I get the black man fighting another black man. If I can get the black woman fighting another black woman, if I can get you to think on these other systems, I will keep you away from your true source and your true power, your true spirituality. Let me say that again. If I can keep you away from your true source and your true power, guess what? I can control you. Spiritual side of the game. Why do you think they want to keep you from your true power and your true source? I can control you. That's why everyone cannot receive the spiritual side of the game, because they're still in their lower nature. Don't get me wrong. I like women and I love the way they shape. I like the way they move, everything about them. But you got to understand, if you do not elevate your mind and your knowledge space of life and the spiritual side of the game, you will be like a animal who has a hook in their nose and you pulled away to every which way. You are, in essence, a slave. If this is too much for you, let me know in the chat room. This might be too much. This might be too much for someone. Oh, LGA, you being, no. When you tap in, let me know in the chat when you can hear me. Should be able to hear me clearly. Okay, there you go. Oh, LDA, you going in. Keep your distractions from the power, from the true power, which comes from within. Yes, I keep you distracted. I keep you thinking about this. I keep you fighting amongst each other. I keep you talking about, well, he ain't no good and that ain't no good. They keep you like cattle, pushing you that way, this way, that way, this one. Watch it. Why do we do that? Why do they do that? It's to control you. Let me move this way. It's to control you. And if I can control you that way, why do you need to know about spirit? So what I'll do is I'll give you a form of spirituality to appease you. It's not enough. It's not enough. We need to tap into the spiritual nourishment. I'll give you the Doritos. No shot. I love Doritos. I'll give you the junk food of spirituality and never the filet mignon. I'll give you the junk food of spirituality and never give you the filet mignon, because if you get the filet mignon, your digestive system may not be able to take it. Let me say that again. I'll give you the junk food of spirituality because your what? Digestive system may not be able to digest the spiritual truths or the spiritual side of the game. That's what entertainment, which is distraction, correct. You guys are getting it. The sheeple mentality is heavy, unfortunately. Yes, it is. You guys are getting it now. I used to always say, don't conform to society when I was younger, but I never knew how. Now I've been studying spirituality, and I 100% know that you're speaking on LDA, American non-spirituality, death. There it is. So understand what we're saying is, I need to keep you in the dark, away from the, see, Let me keep you in your darkness so that you never recognize the light that you really are. Let me keep you in the dark, telling you that it is dark, it's gleam, it's going to be worse. Let me keep you in your darkness so that you never see the light of who you really are. Let me keep you in your darkness, because if you ever exposed to the real light that which who you are, you might free those who are in the dark also. You guys are getting it. Coming from the realization, limitless potential versus reactionary in the rebellion. Correct. So I want you to get that. I know people are dropping up. I don't care. You got to understand, the goal is to keep you in the dark. The goal is to give you the snacks of the game, and never the spiritual or the holistic side of the game. I can talk body game. I can talk getting numbers. I can talk about maintaining the game. I can talk about divorce. I can talk about marriage. I can talk about all of those things. I can talk about somebody else if I wanted to. My numbers would be through the roof. But if I keep you on the snacks of the game and never give you the filet mignon of the game, who's really benefiting? Oh, give these commoners, give them the snacks of the game. Give them the snacks of the game. Good day, people. What's going on, William? Please understand why we talked about the spiritual side of the game. It was to pull you to get you to understand that you've been in the dark room, in darkness, and that your light had never been turned on. Let me say that. Your light has never been turned on. So is the example of the blind, leading the blind, even in the game. Keep the snacks. I want the full course meal. That's what I'm talking about. That's why we talked about the spiritual side of the game. It was not for the commoner. It was not for the common folks. It was for those who realize, if I tap into the spiritual side, coupled with moving my behind, because some people get so caught up in the spiritual that they're no earthly good. Let me get that again. A lot of us has been dead, right? A lot of people get caught up in the spiritual side of the game, and I'm spiritual. I can see this, angels and turtle doves and dolphins and unicorns, that they're no freaking earthly good. And you're freaking out of balance. So that's why we emphasize this is a thinking class. Think, but you need to move your booty. You need to move your butt. You need to do something. Don't just take the information. You need to exercise the information. Don't be saying, man, that's good, LDA, man. You fired, man. That's bars, but you ain't doing nothing with the information. Bring a lunch, stay for the day. Correct. So heavenly bound, but they're no earthly good. Ain't nobody can deal with you. Right. Walking Dead just on TV. See? You so I'm in the clouds, man. I see this and this and that, but nobody can do it because your attitude stank. Spiritual side of the game is called for you to be balanced. That's why I was reluctant to talk about the spiritual side, because people get to see in clouds and acting crazy and they don't want to do nothing. It is a balance. You got to do something. Scripture says very simply, faith without works is dead. Spirituality while doing something is dead. Doing something without spirituality is dead. We got too many people faking the funk. They can talk the spiritual stuff, but their character don't match up with it. Uh-oh. Did he say that? Their character don't match up with their spiritual talk. We got people in the game who talk the game, but their character don't match up with the game. Let me say that again. We got people talking the game, but their character don't match up with the game. Same with the spiritual side again. You can talk this spiritual game, man. Yeah, man, this and this and that, and this and this and that. And the reason why the stars are in the moon and the moon and in this, but your character don't match up with the game. Oh, I'm talking to somebody. I'm talking to somebody. Somebody need to hear that. For me, my spirit was strong, but I left my physical side suffer. So my spirit was suffering too. Thank you so much. Out of balance. Y'all ain't ready for. Let me cut. I definitely gotta go today. Spiritual side only for chosen few. Why many come to class, but only select few stay and continue every day in the group. The thinking class. Because the thinking class, like whether you know it, the thinking class is about a class of people who think logically, who definitely put to action what they heard. This is the thinking class. And if you understand everything we do behind the scenes, Jono and I, Alfie and I, other people, to make not just my channel, but other people's channels push and grow, is more than a notion. Yo, I've been talking. I'm gonna cut out in a second because I really have to go today. But if you want to beam up for a second on talking about the thinking class, not talking about the thinking class, but talking about the spiritual side of the game, you have an opportunity. There's the link right there. If you want to call me on Instagram, on Facebook, I'll beam you up right onto the call, right into the broadcast. You start talking crazy, you start talking stupid, you know what's going to happen. You're going to get roasted, and I'm going to deal with you, and that's it. I don't care who it is, even if it was my own mama. Got to go. The spiritual, mental, and physical are all interconnected. Thank you. You must take time to nurture all aspects. Thank you. Be strong, body, mind, and soul. You guys are saying the same thing. So this will end the spiritual side of the game. I know that you got something from, I know what happened to Jono. He's trying to get to his desktop. We're in the process. Let me give you a little behind the scenes. Let me tell you some little behind the things we're doing. So when I do this, when I do the thinking class or on here, I'm normally in one location or I'm in another location. So the goal is, I'm telling you now, I shouldn't be telling you this. Me and John have been working on this. I don't even know John want me to say this. But the goal is, y'all ready for it? Let me tell you what we're doing, what we're planning. Who want to know what the goal is, what we're really trying to get to do? We want to know what we behind the scenes, what we planning on doing. Let me give you some behind the scenes things that we're doing. As you can see, I got the thinking class right here. You know, I got my little, what one hand, that hand right there. So what we're doing is we want to have a Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, mama? Can you hear me now? You think that was perfectly done? Not okay. Okay, good. So what we're doing is, you said you think that was purposely done. That wasn't purposely done. Seriously, my mic went out. Good. So what we want to do is we want to be mobile. Mobile. So we should be able to be in a car. We should be able to coffee house. We should be able to do this set up, the thinking class at anywhere. If I come to your city, boom, let's pop it. Put you on the mic, get going. As long as we hook up to Wi-Fi, have the same quality, the same sound with a thinking class. So the goal is to do this, but to also be mobile. So I got something, I didn't even tell John on. He probably listening. Got something coming in the mail too. So we can be mobile. So if I need to get in the car and I'm rolling somewhere, thinking class still going, camera still going. This camera is mobile. Board, leave this board here, have another board and go mobile. So you got to understand. The thinking class is not just going to be just in one location. We want to travel and move around. So anybody want to come up, got anything to say? I'm posting a link again. Or if you want to call in, you want to say, hey, LDA, good show. I don't know what you're saying. You're crazy. I don't know. Let me know in the chat room before I got to go, because I got to go today. We should be able to do it. We should be able to. Okay, this streaming is acting close. There we go. 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 Should be able to hear me loud and clear now. But the goal is to be mobile. Said I did that on purpose. No, I didn't do that on purpose. That would have been a good one if I did it on purpose. That would have been a good one if I did that on purpose. But yeah, the thinking class is about to elevate. If it's upgraded on this side, it has to upgrade on that side. I would have go some further about why they want to keep you in the dark. Why they want to keep you in the dark? Why they want to keep you fussing and fighting with the woman? There we go. Viking, there you go.
Hear me all right?
Loud and clear.
Awesome. Yeah, I just wanted to come up. I'm busting my butt working on my website, but I wanted to just come up and say hi and, just, kind of echo what you've been talking about, and what we've been talking about in chat. You have to, really take this in and understand that, the power is in you all along. You just had to recognize it. That's the thing, is a lot of people don't recognize the true strength that they have within them, because they've been told by a lot of people, like, oh, well, it's always something external. You're always looking for that thing in the future, and it's like planning for the future is good, but if you don't work towards that future, then you're never going to reach it. It'll always be just out of reach, just a little further, and you'll never get that. And that's what a lot of people do with their careers. And then they end up being old, physically decrepit, and they look around at their life and they wonder, how did I get here? And it's because they were constantly chasing that, it's like a little kid. The ball goes run out in the street, boom, bus come along, right? Because they weren't paying attention. They weren't looking both ways and checking out the surroundings and seeing what was happening around them in the moment. And they got blinded by it, and it blindsided them, and this is what the thinking class is about, is helping you guys understand how to take in your surroundings fully, because there's a lot that we human beings, our physical bodies, information we take in about our environment. I did a video about this. I talked about how we have more than 5 senses.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know we have the ability to sense magnetic fields.
Mm-hmm.
We have, it's much weaker than, say, birds and stuff like that migrate, but we still have it. It's a useful ability. We have the ability to detect heat from a distance away. We can detect another human's body heat when they come into the room behind us, and we may not even realize it, right? We have the ability to pick up on electricity in the air via the hair on our body. So, you literally have a storm detection system built into your body. So if you're outside and you get caught in a lightning storm, if you're paying attention and you're really in tune with yourself and everything about you and your being, you will know that that storm is coming. You'll smell it in the air. You'll feel it on your skin, you know, and you'll know what to do. You know, that's part of us. So I just, you know, wanted to come up and, you know, share a little bit of knowledge on that. And just remember, it's all about mind, body, and soul. When those things are, that's the Trinity. You know, we talk about the Holy Trinity. That's the Holy Trinity in you, right? That's what you have to tap into. That is the image of God that was crafted into your being. That's the capabilities. And when you tap into that, sky's the limit.
Right.
You know, that's the thing. The sky is infinite. So
yeah, that's so true, man, because that's so true, because I think a lot of times if I can get you to always focus on the outward and keep you in the dark, guess what happens? I control you. I control you. If I'm constantly if I can constantly get you to worry about getting something wet and gushy, I control you.
Yeah, it's called dangling the carrot. You know, like you were talking about the cattle. That's the thing. If you can keep somebody, you know, they say keep your eye on the prize, right? The reason why they say that is because you need to keep the eye on the prize that you want. When you get diverted.
Say, wait, slow that down. You know what I'm gonna do? Role player, say that again.
It's the dangling the carrot. When they say keep your eye on the prize, what they really mean is keep the eye on your prize, what you really want. If you are, you know, going after somebody else's prize, working at your job, and you're not thinking about your stuff, and you're so distracted by everything going around you that you're focused on their prize and not your own, your dream suffers and falls. You'll never reach it because you're not working towards it. This is the hard lesson I had to learn, is that, you know, Afi telling me just make content, just start doing videos. It's going to be sloppy at first, but just make it happen, right? Just start doing it and you will get better. And I already knew that. I had already been told that. I already told myself that a million times. But, you know, when Afi just said that day, it just finally clicked. It's like when John told me, Modern Life Dating told me, you know, just stop being a fat ass, you know, get in the gym, start lifting some weights, control what you eat, get that self-discipline, make yourself do it if you really want it. That's what it comes down to. If you really want it, you have to make it happen, and just take a step at a time every single day to make it happen. Because if you don't, you'll never reach it. It'll always be out of reach. It'll always be too far, too hard. You know, you'll build these barriers in front of you. Oh, I can't do this because of X, Y, and Z, right? But the bottom line is it's right there in front of you. You just have to keep walking forward and follow that path and see the path in front of you for what it is, the path to your dreams, the path to your, you know, and there's a saying that a lot of the guys talk about, is that if you don't have a plan, it'll always be a dream. If you want it to be a goal, you have to have a goal plan. So if you don't have a plan, a series of actions, things that you can accomplish that will lead to that goal, you'll never reach it.
Right.
You have to develop that plan and have that presence of mind, know your environment, know what you're truly capable of, and then you can build a plan and make it happen.
Let me say something. Let me add to that what you just said. If you don't have a plan, you're always going to be doing someone else's plan that they have. Let me say that again. If you do not have a plan, you will be doing somebody else's plan for them. So please understand the spiritual side of the game. You said something that's really important. It's about, especially by doing the content. The biggest thing is just getting out there and doing it. It's not going to be perfect. Everything's not going to happen overnight. I just figured this out, how to do this thinking class and make everything transparent just last night. I watched several videos, couldn't get the answer. So I dangled around and figured it out. I said, how do I get this to be transparent on my screen? Overlay is what it is. How do I create this overlay? But the thing of it is, people don't listen to the voice that's inside of them. I want you guys to get this. People don't listen to the voice that's inside of them that says, there's more. There's more. You can do it better. It can look better. It can do it this way. You can adjust this. And they get comfortable, what? In just doing the bare minimum. If I was to stick to what was bare minimum, there will be no lights. There will be It wouldn't be a camera. I'll be doing it from my webcam. I got a webcam, or from my FaceTime on my computer, and you would not see the quality. You would see me lagging like I was. And I realized why I was lagging, because I wasn't on directly in. I was going on Wi-Fi, which I shouldn't have. Happens. Even while doing this, there's checklists that I do before I even go on stream. I check lights, cameras, audio, this, and that. But that's the same thing with life. There's always things you're checking so that you can go to the next level. We've been talking about upgrade. I've been watching you go and upgrade.
Yep. I was up until almost 4 a.m. last night working on my site. I didn't make any content because of it. I had to make that sacrifice. That could hurt me in the long run. But I need to get my website done so I can help more people, because otherwise it takes way too much time for people to book me to actually get my information, right? So I have to set up a system that'll make that happen. So just like you, I was watching videos. How do I add this to the site? How do I add that to the site? I lost like almost 3 days of work at the beginning of the week because of a misinstall of WordPress. Because I was new, I didn't know it. I had to completely uninstall the website, reinstall everything, reset everything up, and it went faster. It only took a day, but that was 3 days of my life that I wasted due to a glitch. But the thing is that instead of taking that as, like I just said there, waste of time, I didn't take it as a loss. I took it as a lesson, and I remembered everything that I learned while I was doing that and applied it, and I was able to do the same amount of work in less than a day and get back up to speed. Right? Because I was like, oh crap. Well, what do I do now? Take action. Get this stuff done, make it happen. And here I am, getting the site done. It's very close. Should be able to be up and live by Monday, right? Just because I'm continuously doing the work, and making it happen. You just have to take actions. I'll use a saying from my buddy Red Pill Thor. You know Thor, right?
Oh, yeah, that's my buddy.
He said, if you want to get something done, if you want to eat an elephant, you have to eat it one bite at a time. And don't start with the tail, because it'll taste like
right.
But every day you got to take one bite of that elephant.
Right.
It's a big task. But if you break it up and take it one step at a time, people hear that. There's old wisdom in a lot of these sayings that people take for granted. They think they're platitudes. They're meaningless. Not all of them are meaningless. There's true meaning in some of these sayings. One step at a time. You don't want to get overwhelmed. That's the biggest problem that a lot of people have. Like I said, it's out of reach, too big. It's like, no, you have, as an archer, you always aim high. As a throwing weapons master, you always aim high. So that way you will always hit the target, even if it's not on point. Otherwise, you'll miss the target. So that's my last 2 cents there. Oh, hey, John.
What's going on, guys? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you loud and
can hear you.
He was going, he going here, he a preacher. He trying, Let me move that right there. Yep. So yeah, man, this is good, man. The thinking class has definitely grown. Thank you for the spiritual side of the game. It definitely has taken a shape of its own, has brought people closer together. One thing I asked you, Viking, because I know your background, with the spiritual side of the game, what was 2 things that really like, wow, I remember that, or, oh, I needed to hear that?
Just remembering mainly to always be in touch with the things that I can feel but can't always see. You guys have talked about the vibe, and coming in here and getting that reminder about being in touch with, like I said, the immaterial things. Because I was for a long time, I was very in touch with the immaterial things, but I wasn't in touch with the material side. That's what I touched on before. So my situation is reversed to what a lot of people's was. It's kind of weird, because I, being a reverend, right, and being very deep into religion and realizing how corrupt the mainstream religion has become. Greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist, right? And you see it all the time. People are tricked into, gluttony, and all these, other sins. They're in church and they're committing sins that are a violation of the 10 Commandments, and they think it's okay. They're because they're taught. The doctrine has been altered to the point where it's altered the word of God into something it's not. And when I realized that at a very young age, that's why I got out of it. And that's why I gravitate towards guys like you that recognize the word for what it is, you know, and what the value is in that. But you don't go around, you know, whapping people over the head, as you know, Susan would say, whapping and tapping with the Bible. You know, you got a lot of them Bible thumpers out there that will sit there and they'll try to lecture you on things like this,
Right.
but they don't even live it themselves. And they like you said, they want to keep you in that little box. This is something that I always saw. They always want to tell you what God is all about. Right there, that's the thing I noticed with a lot of these you know, Bible thumpers. They're going to tell you you're going to hell. They're going to tell you you're going to do this and you're doing that, and then you come find out, you know, they're messing around with the pastor behind the scenes, right? You know, and stuff like that, right? I saw this stuff as a little kid, so I got clued in very quickly because they, you know, me being a little kid, they're like, oh, he doesn't know nothing. Oh yes, I understand what lying was.
Yeah, the kids,
I understand.
The kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I'm glad you said about the spiritual side of the game. That's why I wanted to emphasize when we came to the conclusion that don't play with this spiritual side of the game. It's nothing to play with. Look at this going on, Trav. Everybody want to come up now, and I got to go.
Yeah.
Here, we got one of these for Trav.
Yeah. Yeah, man. How y'all doing?
Good, man.
Fantastic.
Shoot, appreciate y'all letting me on. You know, I watch every day though. Just been busy, but they switched me departments, so it's like I'm like starting a new job almost again, even though I'm not. So it's like I have like hella downtime today. So I'm like, yeah.
Right, man. So yeah, so y'all caught me, man. I'm at the I got like 10 minutes. I gotta switch. But go, Trav, man. You've been listening on and off, man. And I know you have. I see you, and you be like, yay. What if something that you grab, say from the spiritual side of the game, what would that be?
Well, honestly, man, I'm going through it right now because, like I said, one of the main chicks I was dating just died out of nowhere. You know, she was only 37 years old. And it's just like, you know what I mean? And she was a ballerina and was in shape. And it was like, we talked on the phone all the time. And then, you know, I hadn't talked to her for a week. And then I look on social media and she's dead. And I'm like, what? And that's been like something that I've been thinking about in my spirit for a while. Like it's changed a lot of how I see different things. Cause it's just like, this is like the third or fourth death. You know, my father, my stepfather, her, you know what I mean? Some other people in my family, it's just like, damn, like you don't know, tomorrow is never promised. So it's kind of like it put a lot of things in perspective in me about, well, what is really important? You know what I mean? Because it's like, I just feel like, you know, there's no time to waste. And it's like, damn, somebody that close to me that didn't look like anything was wrong is just all of a sudden on a t-shirt now. It's like, damn. So it just lets me know like that, get yourself together and really have your priorities together, because you could look back and just be like, damn, like I let a lot of things go, just not taking advantage of the time I had.
Right. Yeah, man. So you pretty much did it caused you to look at your humanity.
Yeah, because it's like, bruh, like who's to say that can't be me? You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, it's just crazy, bruh. You just never know.
Yep. And that's what a lot of people do. They get focused on what they're trying to do rather than what they're doing. You know, and that's the difference, is that you know, Afi talks about this all the time about, you know, enjoying the ride, right? You know, this, and that's why I advocate for that, because it's like, I'm enjoying the ride right now. I'm enjoying living life with the people around me, talking to guys like you that, you know, reflect a lot of the same mindset that I have now. So I can come up here and I can get recharged, right? And I will constantly have that energy, and I share that with other people when I go around. You know, I tell you know, guys what I'm doing. I tell, you know, my mom's friends what I'm doing. You know, I'm making things happen. But the thing is that I'm enjoying it as I go, and enjoying the company of the people around me, and sharing what I'm learning. You know, stuff about fitness and whatnot. I see so many people struggling with fitness because they've been taught to struggle with fitness. It's really not that hard if you build your self-discipline. And part of that comes from being in touch with all parts of yourself, including the spirit. Because if you're feeling a certain way, you're allowing other people's negative energy to influence you. You're going to think you can't do better because they want you to feel that way, because they want you to go on their program. Like LDA said, they want you to be helping them with their dream, but not giving anything back to you. And that's what you got to watch out for. You know, Hotep Jesus talks about this, is that, you know, everybody's a hustler. It's always a brand of me. Rolo touched on this too. But who's giving back? Like, who are the guys giving back? Who are the guys that help each other? Those are the people you want on your team, the people that you know are going to give back, not out of a sense of obligation or duty, but just out of a sense of camaraderie and gratitude for the exchange that's happening. Just being around, because we all know that we're going to help each other win. Things go wrong. I've got people I can call now. I can say, hey, shit hit the fan. Do you think you can help me out? I got people that I don't do that. See, a lot of people, if they got people like that in their life, they'll use those people up and abuse them.
Right.
And then those people won't want to help them anymore.
Right.
Those are the people you want in your corner only in an emergency, right? Those are the people you know, hey, shit hit the fan. Can I come crash on your couch?
Your honey iced tea.
Shit like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, just going to on your point, Trav, when we experience a situation where we have to find out somebody like our loved one or somebody we are acquainted with is passed, a big mistake that's made is like, oh, time waits for no one. There's going to be a whole thing where you should be taking care of this and taking care of that. Not necessarily. What it does is it focuses you on what's important.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
not that people say, oh, you only live once. No, you die once. And what happens is when you have a situation where that potentially has happened to someone that's around, it doesn't mean it's going to happen to you. What it does, it reminds you what is important and what should you make a priority when you may have made other things in the wrong position of priority in your life.
Yeah, that's a complete
And that's what the reflection is for. Not to say that the tragedy itself is not bad. No, what it is it's a reflection period. Can you now put your priorities back in motion so that when people try to infringe or people try to tell you what to do, no, I know what my list is. My list has been made, and I get that list renewed every time I have to deal with a situation where I know that it might be my last day here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like you just said that, because there was actually a meme that I'd found, and it was like negative versus positive mindset. The negative mindset was you only live once. The positive mindset is no, you only die once, you live every day.
It's true.
And I was like, that's a good point. And like, even like something simple, like I've been like a workaholic, I'm a workaholic person. I still am. But like one thing I did is like, bro, it's okay to take time off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have friends that are taking trips, and I mean, I have the money now. And before I'd be like, oh, I got to do this, oh, I got to do that. But now I'm more like, you know what? If your friends have time to spend time, your family has time to spend time, put that first. The job's always going to be there, especially with what I do now, switching to computer programming. Like, I wanted to be in a career of abundance, because I was like, okay, I want to be able to always have an opportunity to make good money, but I really just want the money so that, hey, somebody tells me last minute, like, yeah, I want to go to Vegas. Hey, now I want to go to Miami next weekend. So I'm going to be doing that. Like, I'm going to be going to Vegas one weekend and Miami the next. The old me would have been like, no, I can't take that much time off work. Well, if I have it, why not?
It's true.
And a lot of times in this thing of,
it's because you figured it out. You figured out comfort over happiness. We talked about this before. Comfort means I'm going to pay my bills and they're not going to shut the lights off, right? Happiness means I'm going to do what I want without any restrictions. And for me, vacation can't come until the necessities are taken care of, but the vacation should come. Vacation should get there. And if you wait 5 years for a good vacation, then you're going to go ball out and get, spend whatever you want to spend. Some people go on yearly vacations to get that yearly renewal, but they may not go to the, the most exotic places or whatever. And some people even go away every weekend. They may go to a 1 hour drive or 2 hour drive just to renew themselves. It depends on where you feel your batteries need to be recharged.
Exactly right. That I couldn't have said it better.
There's no one way or wrong way to do it. I like to wait a long time because you know what? I'm gonna probably plan to have my kids stay somewhere for a couple of months. I'm gonna have to take sure all my equipment's with me, and I want to go somewhere crazy, and you won't even know I'm there. I might be sitting on the beach in Bali, and and have my whole setup because the work don't stop with me. You know what I'm saying? But I still want to have that new experience.
Yeah, and I think here's something. Ooh, I just thought of this right now because you made a good point. We talk about, like, if we want to go back to dating and women, we talk about hypergamy, right? We talk about like looks, money, style, whatever. How come we're not talking about hypergamy spiritually? And I think that's one thing we have to think about, because there's been women I've dated that made more money than me, that have been more accomplished than me, been with guys more accomplished than me on paper, but they liked me more than those guys. Why? Because spiritually I was at another level, and they could see that. They could see, okay, I'm not affected by you making all this money. I'm not affected by this other guy, because yeah, that other guy, I'm gonna just say it right now. I don't care. I used to work for Nick Cannon. He's a very rich guy, but he's spiritually broken.
Yeah.
And I was around all these things, and I was like, I don't want to be around this. There's a reason why he's knocking up all these random women.
Yeah.
That's
Doesn't
not
he has like 4 kids coming at the same time right now, right?
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? He's out here wilding out, just spreading the seed. Wilding out, literally. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, I'm just gonna give you some insider info. I was around him one time, and you know what I'm saying? He said out of his mouth, he said, when child stars grow up and they have problems, they usually do one of 3 things. They either get into drugs, they try to play gangster, or they try to overly womanize. So that came out of his own mouth. That's what he's doing right now, because he's not happy with himself. So he has to try to find it through macking all
his own ticket. You write, when you say stuff like that, you write your own ticket.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be your truth. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about that, Viking?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, it sounds to me like, because we talk about hypergamy, and we talk about like the dictionary definition of it, which is basically marrying up socially, economically, right? That's what a lot of people think about. That's why they think it's all about money. No, when Rollo Tomasi talks about female hypergamy, that has to do with the whole package. I've never been a rich guy. I've never had a lot of money, but yet my girl still stayed with me even when I was a slob and was not taking care of myself, you know, being lazy and stuff. Why? Because I checked off all the other boxes. I'm a Viking. I live that life. I'm an outdoorsman. I can hunt and kill a deer for the family to eat. A lot of guys don't have that skill today. My girl knew that, right? And she saw what her sisters did to their boyfriends. She's the youngest, right? So she saw what, you know, all these other guys that were on missions and how the sisters acted. So when she saw a guy that had all these other check boxes and he had all this potential, he just didn't see it himself. She's like, I want to lock him down. And she stuck with me, you know, because she knew if I ever woke the fuck up and got my shit together, you know, I'm swearing a lot, you know, because I want to add that emotional emphasis to it, because that's really what it came down to. I was able to make great strides forward because I got on a mission. That's what you had, Trav, is that you had a mission, and your mission wasn't just to make money. It was to give yourself freedom.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Whereas, you know, the guy you're talking about.
I like the fact that you brought this up, Trav, because not everything, the hypergamy is not just about money. It's not just about the value, the physical value of the person. It's actually about the spiritual value, or what you bring to somebody when you make the communicative pathway with that person. Sometimes you vibe with a person with so many lines of communication that you just got to bring them to the table every time you want to do something, and it has nothing to do with money.
No,
it has to do with the way you vibe with them.
Think about this. Why do you want the looks, the money, and the status? Right? Why do you want that? You want that.
More options.
Well, no, there's that, but think about it. You're doing all that so that you get your spirit in line. So what happens then if you get your spirit in line before all of that? Then all that can come or not come, but you're already at that place that you need to be, because the looks and money and the status is supposed to get you to a spot where your spirit is in order so that you could have that confidence and move through life. What if you have your own set of standards and your spirit is already fulfilled? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's like, even though I've been around people who are NFL athletes and all that, or celebrities, whatever, the reason why they would look up to me in a ways, or I become buddy with them, is because they'd be like, okay, this guy's like not on our level hypergamy wise, but he is, because how is he so confident? Look at how, you know, they see the women I'm with. They see the way I carry myself in my job. It's like, this guy's like spiritually where I want to be, but yet they're the ones on TV. They're the ones with the millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Where are
Yeah,
the
they thought the
where are the
ahead, John.
levels to our particular value of where we want things to be? What if you have no idea where you're supposed to be, nobody knows how to get on the same page with you. That's what I figured out. What were you gonna say, Viking?
I was going to say, a lot of these people, they think the end goal is to get money, and then somehow that'll give them magically the freedom, but they don't understand the money only gives you options. It gives that contributes to your freedom. That's why I say this all the time. Money is a tool, and just like a hammer, if you don't know how to use it, you're going to smash your thumb and you're going to be in pain. Right? You know, every tool has a proper way to use it. You know, one of the things my grandfather taught me, if you know how to use a tool right, you will be able to succeed, but you have to know what the project is. If you don't have a project to work on and you're just banging away with a hammer for no reason, then what are you doing? You know, it's like with what Denzel Washington said, you know, that his mom told him, is that, you know, yeah, you can run in place all day and be exhausted and feel like, you know, you've done all this effort, but you didn't get anywhere. You actually have to hit a path and go. You can't just run in place all day, you know. And that's what people see in guys like you, Trav, is that they're drawn to that because they're like, this guy's a leader because he's leading himself. So he's not expecting people, you know. That's what, you know, George Washington, for all his faults, the reason why, you know, he didn't want to be the first president of the United States, right? He turned it down, I think, 2 or 3 times. But they're like, look, you're the guy that got stuff done to build this country. You're the guy that people are going to follow no matter if you want that or not. So you are going to have to step up and lead so that way you can show them how it's done and be that example on a better way to do it. Because they, you know, our founding fathers, you know, in this country, for all their faults, they knew it was a fucked up system. They knew it was messed up, and they wanted a better system. So they started making steps towards that. And look where we are today, thanks to that effort. And then other people coming in, civil rights movement and stuff like that. People got equal rights. We all have equal opportunity now. It's just what you do with those tools that makes the difference. And most people don't have the mindset now. They have that, they're stuck in that worker bee mindset where they just got to go out, sacrifice their life for the greater good. And it doesn't matter their suffering in the process. And a lot of people take that for granted, and they don't value the people around them. They take it for granted, you know, because they're just trying to get stuff done in a chaotic manner. They're not focusing. They're not disciplined. And when people will automatically be drawn to that, like you, Trap. Like I said, you know, guys like everybody here on this panel, we're all taking steps every day to better our lives. People want to be part of that. They want to be like, oh, I can learn from this guy. I can see what he does. That's why I like watching experts at things work, like expert photographers and stuff like that, because you just by watching them work, you learn a lot. You know, monkey see, monkey do. We're apes, you know, mammal apes at the end of the day. You know, our brains are good at mimicking. We see somebody else. That's what you can use it to learn better things for yourself, and you can use it to learn not to make mistakes. That's one of the things that I learned from my grandfather as well, was how to learn from your mistakes and from others' mistakes. A lot of people undervalue mistake making as the best learning tool. The only way to truly learn is to mess it up yourself and figure out what you did wrong and then make it better next time. You know, what we're taught in this society.
I got to dip out because I just got hit up on something, but I just want to do that. But hey, appreciate y'all having me on, man. Viking, nice to see you, bro. Man? All right, later.
So a lot of people get stuck up or hung up on not really understanding how things are going to work out, right? They feel lost, and so they'll do.
If you guys hear me, I'm actually in a.
Oh, cut out again. But yeah, I gotta head out too. I gotta hit the gym, man. Thank you for having me up, though. I really appreciate you guys. If you guys can still hear me. I everybody, you have an awesome weekend. I'll be around. I'll let you guys know what's going on. And yeah, you'll see me next week. I'll be around. So peace out.
Salute to everybody in the thinking class and spiritual side of the game. Hope you guys can hear me. I'm actually in motion trying to get somewhere. Thank you for this great show today. Salute to everybody. Yes, LDA has gone mobile. Salute to everybody that's listening in the chat room. I can see everybody's comments. I can see you. Salute to Trash. Salute to Viking Paradigm. Salute to Jonathan. John, know everybody in the chat room. I see everything you're doing. I see everybody. We'll convene. We might have some surprise. We may go live tomorrow. We might go live tomorrow. Yes, I've gone mobile. Yes, I have. So thank you for coming in. Y'all still listening, huh? What's going on, Viking Paradigm? I see you just dropped off. See Viking. I just seen Trav dropped off. But I'm actually mobile. I've been talking about it. Wait till you really see the setup when I actually go really mobile. But yeah, the spiritual side of the game, thank you for everybody for coming through. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for the super chats. This is Lawrence D. Adams. If you can hear me, let me know in the chat room. If you can hear me, let me know in the chat room. If you guys can hear me, let me know in the chat room if you can hear me. I know you hear trucks and cars and rain. John, you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh my God, look at this, man. I didn't go on mobile.
What'd you say?
Live.
You went. I saw you went mobile. I saw your phone up there for a second. I got a different. I pulled away for a second there.
I had to go mobile, man. This is just a precursor to what we really about to do.
Oh, absolutely. It's no mistake we trying all this out today. But I think the vibe was really, 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 really intense today.
Say that again.
I said the vibe was very intense today.
Yeah.
And I think that
we about to go
we went through the spiritual side of the game for these few weeks. You know what's been creeping up in the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
Ancestry and passing on to the other side.
Right.
That's why we even today, when Trav mentions about the few people that passed in his life recently, it keeps coming up, which means we still need to visit the fact that there's value in the relationships we have, even beyond the person's memory that they've been here, you know?
Right. Keep going, because I got to update my internet. Keep going.
I look at it like this. I say like this. The fact that we have the memory of these individuals that have been in our life, and I feel that we also have the obligations that people had committed to us while they were here, I think that makes the bond stronger. And we shouldn't put anybody that's been in our life that now has passed in a filing cabinet that basically we only visit maybe once or twice a year. Maybe we should take the principles that we have endured, maybe take the experiences that we had with those people and make that always our playbook when it comes to the game. I think that we should put ourselves in a position where we are always acknowledging all of the gifts and the rewards from a time past when we were with somebody. And maybe that's the best way to honor a person's memorial. It's not an accident that this is Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day weekend is for the passing of the people that protected this country, but it's also a reminder that the people in the light is Memorial. Memorial Day should be also remembering how those people affected the life.
It's just us two, okay. Wow, man, it's crazy. You can hear me good. You hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Dude, this is such a precursor to about going mobile. It doesn't
absolutely.
make any sense.
Absolutely.
I wish people really catch what's about to happen. Let me mute this mic one quick.
The elevation is going to be there. We're moving up and up and up. And like I said, I was letting the people know that this is Memorial Day weekend, and it's no mistake that you start to remember more than just people who served in the country. It's people that served in your life, correct? think you're breaking up.
There you go.
Like I said, for Memorial Day weekend, we are remembering more than just the people who served the country, but the people who served in our life. And if you're able to take that memorial and reflect on it in your life, you'll see that there's a position for everybody that has a place in your life, even the people that are still here. Don't wait till somebody leaves out of here before you start to celebrate them. I watched that happen several times in my own family where they're celebrated years after they're gone. But when they were here, you know what? There was always a tussle back and forth. And what we have to realize is that people in our lives are here to leave a legacy and leave a reflection on you. And if you can do that, somehow you'll realize that you'll celebrate the people while they're here. You don't have to wait till it's memorial time. You won't have to wait till it's, a situation where it's going to be sad because they're gone. Maybe you can celebrate them while they're here and maybe use the opportunity that they're still here to get even more wisdom from them, more rewards from them. So think about that the next time you are dealing with having to plan on somebody's exit out of here. Maybe you should be planning on them still being here by taking what their wisdom and their knowledge is and applying it and putting it back to your situation in your life. And maybe taking that same wisdom and putting it to people that have never met this person. It might actually benefit them. That's what I believe.
I might have to do another show, man.
Exactly. It might have to be a show just on honoring the people,
You know what? Maybe I'll do that this weekend. I got a feeling it might be a weekend thing.
Absolutely.
Dude, but it feels so good to go mobile. It was no breaking up from that side to this side, was it? Not really.
No, not really. It was actually pretty smooth.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. And you guys are still here in the thinking class. This is amazing.
Absolutely.
This is what I'm talking about. Hey, but we're gonna get ready to go. I know Jonathan got things to do. I'm actually in motion already, making money 2 ways around. And the thinking class, we may pay attention to. We may do something about honoring the ancestors in a couple hours. I feel it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, I think I'm sensing that and we're going to really go in about it. But let me head over to this. Shout out to the thinking class. Thank you for everybody for coming. Thank you for Trav. I need Trav to come back in because I really wanted to tap into him because I see something that I need to pull out of him. But that's another conversation. But shout out to Viking for coming through and dropping the wisdom. Sugar, honey, iced tea. Not that other words, but sugar, honey, iced tea. So we're going to get ready to go. Jonathan, thank you for taking the helm while I had to in transition. I appreciate it.
No problem, brother.
I do feel, Ellen Sisters. Yeah, I think something about we might have to tap in today or tomorrow. I feel it. And now that I can go mobile now, and guess what? I got something for you, Jono. I ain't tell you. You think you got the Zoom? My Zoom will be here Friday.
That's what's up.
Yes, sir. Friday. I talked to the OG and he showed me how to get it.
That's what's up.
So I'll be here Friday. So you know what that means. Mobile.
Time to go mobile.
Yes.
I was gonna try and go outside today, but they decided it's gonna be raining all weekend. I'm like, oh man, I didn't want to have my equipment outside like that.
Yeah, it is gonna be raining.
I have to put up the umbrella on my table and everything. I didn't feel like doing all that. I don't trust it to really protect the equipment.
Right. So yeah, we're gonna go mobile. So shout out to everybody in the thinking class. Did we went a little bit longer? Actually, I'm still in motion. So shout out to everybody. Look out for your threads. I might post it out there. This will be just for those who understand what we're talking about, the ancestors. We're probably going to honor going with the memorial and really go in and talk about it. So I'm out of here. I don't get the music to end because I'm on the mobile side. But shout out to everybody. And we are out. Peace.
Peace.